I'm John Kerns, co-founder of New Bloom Labs. Today, I want to address an alarming issue in the hemp and cannabis industry: fake or altered certificates of analysis. As you know, COAs are crucial for ensuring that cannabis products are safe, labeled accurately, and comply with regulatory standards. Lately, a troubling trend has emerged. A few bad actors have taken to altering COAs in order to obscure certain testing data, or even outright change the results contained on some reports. This practice hurts everyone involved: consumers, cannabis businesses, and the industry as a whole, and it's creating enormous legal liability up and down the supply chain. So I'd like to share a few tips on how to identify a fake COA and protect your business if and when you come across one. First, here's the good news. Every single COA that's published should have one very quick and easy tool to check that it's legit, and that's a QR code. A quick scan of a report's QR code should take you directly to a digital version of the same report, and that should contain the exact same testing data as the COA that you just scanned. If the document in front of you and the digital report that's linked by the QR code do match, well, then that's a real COA. But if you scan a QR code and it takes you elsewhere, like to a broken link or to some brand or manufacturer's website, then this COA has been illegitimately and illegally altered. Now, I know what you're thinking. What if you come across a COA that doesn't have a QR code? Then that report has also been intentionally altered and it's illegitimate, even if no other data on the report has been changed. By removing this important security tool, a bad actor has denied your ability to trace the testing of the product. It's important that you reject that report and any product or material tied to it. So remember, anytime you come across a COA anywhere that's associated with hemp or cannabis material, step one is always to scan the QR code. Now, unfortunately, there are lots of other ways to fake a COA. Here are a few things to look out for. 1. Formatting. Does the report look relatively consistent in its design? Sometimes a bad or lazy Photoshopper can get sloppy, and the boxes, lines, and watermarks that make a COA more secure can get off kilter. If you see something like this on a testing report, stay away. 2. Check the fonts, because lazy Photoshoppers can be really bad at matching fonts. Good COAs should have consistent typefaces throughout the critical data tables that are presented on a report. 3. Check the sample type that's reported on the COA against the photo of the product on the report. Often, scammers don't get all the details right when they're doctoring a COA. For instance, this COA indicates that this material is a gummy, but there's a photo of hemp flower here. This is an obvious sign that something's very wrong. 4. Check the lab's contact info and then Google the lab. Is the lab in operation? Can you get a hold of them? Are the lab's accreditation and licensing certificates readily available on their website? All of these are very simple practices that should be standard for any legitimate testing laboratory. 5. Are the results on the report realistic? If someone is trying to sell you material with a lab report indicating incredibly high or unrealistically pure concentrations, you probably want to investigate further. I know that may seem like a lot to keep in mind when you're reviewing what should be a straightforward lab report, but remember, always start by scanning the QR code. This will likely root out most fraud pretty quickly. Now, I want to share several steps that New Bloom Labs takes to help you navigate the confusion that fake COAs can create. Let's start with watermarks. Every New Bloom Labs COA has watermarks designed to make it more difficult to digitally alter a report. Just check to make sure that the lines outlining watermarks are smooth, crisp, and consistent. If they're not, buyer beware. Here's an additional security measure that you can find on New Bloom Labs COAs. And it starts by noting the unique sample identifier contained on every single report that we publish. In the top right region of the report, just above the data table, you'll find a fairly lengthy sample ID. Now for this security check, simply note the last 5 digits. Once you've done that, check out the photo of the product tested on the report. If you look closely, That same 5-digit number should be clearly displayed on the barcode that's attached to the testing sample in the image. These two 5-digit numbers should always match. If they don't, then the report you have is fake. Finally, if you have any questions about a New Bloom Labs report, don't hesitate to call or email us directly. New Bloom Labs has a free COA verification service. We will always be happy to verify the legitimacy of any New Bloom COA that you may have. Simply call us or email a PDF, photo, or scan of the COA in question, and we'll get right back to you ASAP. I encourage you to be in touch with our team about any COAs that you have. Check out newbloomlabs.com for our contact info. The integrity of its lab reports is of the gravest concern to New Bloom Labs, and altering COAs is an act of fraud. It puts unsuspecting consumers at serious legal and health safety risk. We will always support efforts to prevent fraud at all levels and seek all available legal remedies when it's uncovered. If you have any questions, get in touch anytime. New Bloom Labs is here to safeguard you and your business as we all navigate a rapidly changing industry. See you soon.